Hello, yeah, there'll be a Bond video at some point, not today. I was already in the middle of about to upload, actually, the two videos that were going up today. One kind of span off into another because both topics were on the mind, and the reason that you're seeing this before the start of the video is by the time I'd actually recorded it, and the plan was I was going to upload it straight away when I got up. My sleep cycle's currently fucked, so I'm waking up at like midnight. I couldn't record at midnight, because by the time I woke up, this story has developed so much more and it's so much worse, and there's just so many. I need to be able to say fuck Microsoft in so many different ways that most of this video is going to be shitting on them, and rightfully so, especially now with this news. It seems that Senua was sent out there to try to garner interest in the studio being sold, like being bought, essentially, trying to be like, hey, this is what we're making now, so you might want to buy us. And that is so fucking bleak, the fact that you put that announcement out at Summer Games Fest, which actually gave Senua fans like myself a massive amount of, oh my god, yes, this is amazing, I am so happy to be seeing this, I never expected a second one, let alone a third one, and to turn around and it to just be that they were actually trying to use it to fish for offers for Ninja Theory, which I fuck up the name, by the way, in the video. I say Ninja Theory, like, I think I say Ninja Theory first time, but then I realised that, did I get it mixed up with Team Ninja? Because for some reason I used to always get those two mixed up, and it'll be a dyslexia thing, because they're both NT or TN, you know, and the N is Ninja in both of them. But yeah, this ramble has already gone on, and this video itself is going to be long, so I'm going to say nothing now and cut into the video, I guess, and then I'm actually going to record this Bond video finally. But fucking hell, it's just so bleak. I am so sick of the gaming industry at this moment in time. I love games more than anything, and very quick cut, even though I was trying to end it, I hit the Windows key because this is a game that locks your mouse cursor at the screen, and it turns out as soon as I did that, you saw a bunch of stuff that I really don't want you seeing. So yeah, I was just trying to say it's fucking bleak. As much as I love games, games are like my favourite medium, I really don't love the people making these decisions. Like, it's gaming is bleak right now, it really is. But anyway, hello and welcome into another video, and I've shit on Sony a hell of a lot on this channel, because at the end of the day, Sony was actually important to me. In my teen years, I have had a PS1 since, well, I've had a PlayStation since the PS1 is what I was trying to say. It is something that I've followed throughout the entire span, and there's a lot of important games that mean a lot of things to me, and because of the amount of times that they have cancelled projects and closed studios and everything, I've blasted them a hell of a lot, because I'm disappointed, because genuinely I feel like they can do better and should do better. And it's the sort of thing that I lived through the bad era of Nintendo as well. And the bad era of Nintendo being the Wii, where everything was waggle and made ridiculously easy, and the Super Guide thing, which from an accessibility standpoint, Super Guide was brilliant, and I am actually happy that it exists, but it was the fact that it wasn't optional. It's just like, yeah, it was annoying. Never really made a video shitting on Xbox, because despite owning an Xbox since day one, and I don't know why it gave me the bot here for some reason, this is going to be fun. Despite owning an Xbox, like the original, and I adored the 360, it was a magnificent console. It was, outside of the fact that 6 of them died Red Ring of Death, I actually know someone who is even worse than us. Then basically me and my brother shared one, hence us, but it's also a Macam thing, we just see us all the time. But I know someone who was on 13, and despite having warranty, the store actually stopped replacing them. And the deal was, we'll give you a PlayStation 3 this time, we'll let you transfer everything over, and we'll give you warranty on that, but for some reason, whatever you are doing seems to be causing these Red Ring of Deaths all the time, and they were up to 13, as I said. It was ridiculous. So just between the two of us, we broke 20 points.
Just making sure.
But I love the 360. Outside of that, I love Gears of War. It's the first Microsoft franchise that really hit me. like, really got me. I loved the first one. Second one, kinda mid, to be honest. It's the game that I always felt needed the remaster more than anything, because that game was just one colour throughout pretty much the entirety of the last 3 acts, and there were parts of it that I just wasn't the biggest fan of. But Gears 3, absolutely magnificent. Spent an exorbitant amount of hours in Horde mode, just running things by myself. I'd nearly hit max rank and everything, and then when I was in Agony, I had a severe migraine, and I was playing a game of... I honestly can't even remember. It might have just been something as simple as Team Deathmatch. And I turned the game off in the middle, like, of the losing screen type thing. And it turns out the system assumed I was rage quitting, when it was actually just that the game was over and I was in that much pain. I just turned my Xbox off without even thinking, and I lost everything. I never went back to it, sadly. But still, absolutely magnificent game. Loved Gears of War 4. Loved... I actually did enjoy Gears 5, but it's the only one I've never beat more than once. I really should get back to it. I didn't even play the DLC. But seeing as Microsoft have completely ignored it, and the whole point is that the people who made Gears 5 intentionally made the ending the way that it was, so that it would force them into this corner thing, and now it feels like they've just fucked Gears up completely, to the point that I haven't enjoyed it, which looks magnificent. Can't really get it. But this video isn't actually talking about Gears, believe it or not. As much as I'm really excited for Gears Ada, I've still not made the video, really. I mean, I've shit on Microsoft a couple of times on a few things, but they're kind of just ruining Summer Games Fest for so many people. That was one of the best Summer Games Fests, well, the best Summer Games Fest, hands down. From the moment it started with, like, Sony's show to the moment it ended with Nintendo. And I know there were a couple of, like, indie showcases and VR showcases after. I do watch all of these things, I am a sicko. But out of the main shows, it tends to be the opening and the closing of the actual event for a lot of people. That was just absolutely magnificent from the moment it started. And yeah, there's a lot of, quite frankly, entitled Nintendo fans. Like, this is a sidebar I didn't know I was going to take here. I was never a fan of Reggie Fils-Aimé. I thought the guy was a bit of a prick with the persona that he had, where he called gamers insatiable. After this latest Nintendo Direct, I actually agree with him, and I feel dirty even saying it. My problem with Reggie was when he called gamers insatiable, it was because people were asking for, like, a new F-Zero and, like, some of the franchises that have just been long dormant to be more respected, and instead we got, like, 5 Mario games in a 13-month period. And apparently, because we weren't happy with all of those Mario games, we were insatiable. That always rubbed me the wrong way. The way people have reacted with this Direct, yeah, I actually see what he means now, because holy fucking shit, like, from the over-analysis of an art style to complaining that the trailer didn't show much. It was the trailer that Nate saw, by the way. Like, Nintendo aren't ever going to change anything with that. That was the trailer that Nate saw. That was the trailer that was confirming it. Like, if you built it up into your head, then... But anyway, it was still, for the most part, outside of a few pissy Nintendo fans, it was an exceptional Summer Games Fest. And within 24 hours, Asher and Xbox fucked everything. It started with the leaks that more people were about to get fired. A fuck from more people, it seemed. It then continued with the fact that that was confirmed. And on the chopping block floor were Double Fine, Team Ninja. Did I mess the deal up there? Am I mixing up Team Ninja and Ninja Theory? Whichever one makes Senua, and at this moment in time I'm now having the mental block of, I know the difference between them because one makes Ninja Gaiden, for example, one makes Dead or Alive, one makes Senua. Like, either way, they're a British dev that I love the Senua games. They're the only games that they've ever made that I actually enjoy, to be honest. And I can't wait for Senua 3, if it ever comes out.
Now rebuild and get ready for more.
I'm not the biggest fan of Double Fine's games. It feels like I should be, but neither of those are actually important. Doesn't matter that I'm not the biggest fan of either dev. I don't want to see either of them get completely gutted, and they're about to get completely gutted, and it's the fact that there's even more coming, and we all knew there were going to be mass layoffs, but it's the way that they've done them. It's like I've done my first 100 days. I've just done an amazing event. This is the best Xbox event that's ever happened. And I'm going to destroy all of that goodwill inside 24 hours. And now things are so fucking bleak that every single gaming podcast, every single gaming news thing, like everything you turn on, all they're doing is discussing that awfulness instead of going, oh my god, Summer Games Fest was amazing and let's just keep riding this high for a little bit and these games that are coming out, we're so happy and it's a celebration of that. No, that all that's dominating the headlines now is all these layoffs and speculation of who's going to go next and what's coming next and how bad this is going to go, and I'm getting so sick of Microsoft just not going third party. I know by then off there are so billionaires who have the whole pride of we can't ever admit that we've completely lost. Just admit you fucking lost. Just gut Xbox completely and go third party and then stop fucking laying off all these people. Because this is getting fucking ridiculous. You cannot have one of the best celebrations of gaming that has happened. The best Summer Games Fest since Summer Games Fest existed. I would put that up there with the greatest E3s of all fucking time as well. And then immediately dominate the headlines of let's just shit all over everything and fire everyone. If I was Jeff Keighley, and I fully understand these events aren't actually all part of Summer Games Fest. At the end of the day, technically, the event that Keighley does are all the indie stuff and the actual Summer Games Fest stuff. But there's clearly some back and forth and some discussion and who's going to be what and where, and so Nintendo only put Switch adverts in the Summer Games Fest thing because they always have their own thing and they always will do, and Keighley respects that. And Xbox sometimes has like one or two things show up and deep dives on certain things, but they have their own thing and they'll set that up independently, but they still do have to talk to them in that. If I was Keighley, I'd be opening next to the Games Fest with a shot at them. I don't think he ever will, but how shitty must it be that he spent his entire fucking year building these events, and after the absolute fiasco that was Highguard, to follow that up with this Summer Games Fest, he must have been on cloud 9 above. Oh, fucking hell, I've managed to do it. I've managed to redeem it. This is the one that everyone's talking about, all the positive vibes, all the greatness. This is great, this is just what I need. And then Asher Sharma just fucks everything up within 24 hours. I'd be pissed. Like, he can't take it out on them because he still needs them. He still needs Microsoft to actually do these events with him. He still needs the give and take. But I'd be taking a shot at them, even if it's something as simple as the games that you're going to see tonight are made by truly talented developers that might be about to be shut down in a week's time. Just some minor little shot or something. Because I'd be pissed. And I know maybe it's one of those things that instead he's like, well, at least I'm not the bad news this time. But I don't think that's how he thinks. And I know this is one of those dangerous things where you're speculating about another person, but just from what we know about Keighley is a massive fan of games, and it's truly the thing that he cares about the most. He wants to paint this industry in a good light. He's trying to fucking drag this industry from the whole gamers TM of like incels everywhere to showing that it can really be something for the masses and a true art form, and to try to get more and more people into it. All the things that grow gaming, which is what you want gaming to have. You want it to be growing because otherwise it dies out. Now, at this moment in time, there's obviously a lot of things like there's more games than you'll ever play and all that. But gaming itself is kind of in the middle of a crash. It's pretty known. And the fact that all of these devs getting gutted like this as well, I'd be absolutely fucking devastated if I was Keighley, and I'd be absolutely mortified and pissed off at Xbox like that. Because to turn June, which is supposed to be the celebration of games, into how many dev teams are you about to fucking gut? Just how fucking many? And Sony will be next, because of course they will. Nintendo are the only ones who don't fucking do this. Like, I'm not joking when I say it, Nintendo are the only ones in the entirety of the big three who have my loyalty for life. I've already said I've shit on them for the Wii era. I swore to myself that I would never actually go back to Nintendo because of how bad the Wii and the Wii U era was, and I still ended up going back to Nintendo, which that's actually going to be its own vid, and I don't want to branch off here because I know why it's in my brain, because as soon as I shut off I'm probably going to make that vid. But Nintendo, on top of everything, for all of the things, for all of the problems that they did with that era, for all of the people complaining about the price hikes and everything, and the way that they did it, which I actually think was still a lot better than a lot of people would have done it, to be honest. It's just because they did it first that they got the flack for it. But for all of their sins, for all of the things that they do like that, it is so fucking rare that they actually shut down the dev team. And when they do it, they tend to do it because of extreme circumstances. They don't just go around and completely gut everyone for the sake of it. They do whatever they fucking can to get their games out. Look at what happened with fucking Metroid Prime 4, and I know there's a lot of people who hated that game, and it kind of sucks because I actually thought it was much better than a lot of people give it credit for, and it is still, honestly, my second favourite of the Prime series. I really did enjoy it. It's got its flaws, but it's definitely got some absolutely banger highlights as well. They tried all they could to save and salvage that game and to make sure it came out, and they didn't shut down the studio that fucked it up. If anything, they actually bought them, because they're very secretive with a lot of things, but it's kind of estimated, it's kind of assumed that the Bandai Namco studio that they bought is the one that was working on Metroid Prime. So, for a lot of the reasons that a lot of people and a lot of gamers got pissed off at them during the Switch 2 reveal, once again, they're the only one who really does try to take care of the dev teams, and that's yet another reason that I will continue to fucking support them, because I'll never buy another Xbox again at this rate, and I don't think I'll ever buy another PlayStation. The fact that Sony have decided to stop making their games on PC completely now, and Microsoft might be going that way, although I don't know if they can ever put the PC genie back in the bottle. No, that's a Pandora's box thing. I think you've opened it, you can't go back. Sony can, because they're leading at this moment in time in this generation out of the two of them, but because they've done that, I'm struggling to think of any franchises I care enough about to buy a console for. And with Nintendo, that's easy to come up with. But that really is going to be it to all the videos, and I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to say it until next time. I've been Skyfellowship. I truly do hope you have a great rest of your day. And if you are interested, at least in that, then yeah, it's probably going to go side by side with video. And it'll most likely have Zelda or something as the footage, because of course it's going to be Zelda I'm talking about when I'm talking about consoles and buying it. Anyway, until next time, bye!